Hey, good morning, everyone. It is Pastor Bob with another daily Bible reading insight. Today is day 159. And that means we're in 2 Chronicles 26 through 28 and John 17. In 2 Chronicles, we have a couple of kings that are doing what is right. How do we know what is right? Well, it is what is pleasing to God. A couple of kings that do not do what is right. A helpful application for 2 Chronicles is to picture ourselves running our own kingdom or queendom, and are we doing similar things that would please God or not please God? Sometimes that's helpful. I want to talk to you today, though, about something Jesus says in John 17. I'm picking up, in verse 13 of the NLT. Jesus says, "Now I am coming to you. I told them many things while I was with them in this world, so they will be filled with my joy. I have given them your word, and the world hates them because they do not belong to the world, just as I do not belong to the world." Does the world hate us? It's a question I want to consider for today. For those of you who know me, I would not consider myself an alarmist or somebody who exaggerates or uses hyperbole to incite fear or excitement, and maybe a little preaching sometimes. But in general, I wouldn't say I'm an alarmist. So when I hear Jesus say the world hates believers, does the world really hate believers, or is that just Jesus using certain language to get a point across, which he does often? Here's how the world can hate believers. Here's how that the progression happens. When we mock what the world fears, the world could hate us. And here's what I mean by that. When the imaginary monsters convince people that they are real and people buy into that fear and we don't believe it, people won't challenge the truthfulness of that claim, right? Hey, the things that you're afraid of, they're not real. Their egos are so wrapped up in their stories, right? And so they will believe their fears and they will attack us unless they hate us. When we don't value what the world values, the world will hate us. One good example of that is when social climbers sacrifice everything to get to the top of the corporate ladder, the top of the country club, whatever it is. They have to make tremendous sacrifices. There's tremendous costs to that. Their families, their children, even their own health. And then when we don't place any value on the status that they have achieved, or the really nice house or the really nice car, we don't place any value on those things, that's offensive. You can see why. They've paid such a heavy price for those things, and yet we say we don't place value on material goods. We're sorry. They will hate you for that. Let me give you one more example. When we lift up and we value things that the world sees as worthless, peace, forgiveness, grace, that causes problems, and the world will hate us. When we place our trust in peace and forgiveness and grace, especially when the world is invested in war and the world is invested in violence, and they wrap themselves around with those things to keep them safe, and they structure their whole world order around that. The United States is maybe the perfect example of wrapping themselves in violence and war. When we say peace is the way, that's offensive, and the world hates us. So what do we do? What do we do with the world that, if not hates, certainly disagrees vehemently with us? Well, we keep going. Most people, they let the world, which doesn't know the first thing about living, tell them what to do. That's Ephesians 2:2, by the way, the Message version. I love it. We don't. We stay focused on the Most High God, His Son, the Holy Spirit. We value the things that we are told to value, loving God with all of our hearts and loving others, and we stay the course, and we share as much love, as much grace, as much peace, as much joy with others as we can, maybe they will see our way someday. And if not, that's okay too. Pastor Bob with another Daily Bible Reading Insight. We'll see you tomorrow.